has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
Yeah.
The problem is he was like a famous kid, and then no one took him seriously.
Yeah.
You just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw,
He liked sparring.
Yeah.
When I watched it, which, you know, look, I paid for it. They got me. I thought it was going to be a real fight.
You know, but me, I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. Jake Paul is fugazi. He's fake. That's how you feel. Truly feel.
Tonight, let me tell you about something really crazy that just happened. This story has double drama. Joe Rogan reacted in total shock when Anthony Joshua revealed that Jake Paul was pushing hard for a scripted fight. Joshua made one thing very clear: he only agreed to a real fight with real danger. No fake moments. No planned results. That's where things get serious. Rogan pointed out that many of Jake Paul's past wins have faced accusations of being staged, with opponents who seem to cooperate instead of truly competing. Critics say those wins boosted his record and rankings without facing real elite fighters. Now fans are questioning what this spectacle was really about, and the debate is spreading across the sports world. The money involved only makes the controversy even bigger.
It assumed that wealth would take away your drive for
But
competition.
it hasn't, yeah.
He's also nuts, right? Just
Yeah.
the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist,
Yeah.
a guy who's gigantic in his prime.
Gigantic.
built
Honestly, when you watch it closely, it didn't feel like a real war. Joe Rogan explained that the fight looked more like a controlled sparring session than a dangerous battle between two fighters trying to hurt each other. Yes, there were tense moments that kept people watching, but it never reached that point where serious damage felt likely. Rogan reminded everyone that boxing can turn ugly very fast, with career-ending or life-changing injuries happening in seconds. That's why he believes both fighters walking away without major injuries is a good outcome. He strongly emphasized that fighter safety matters more than hype, and he was clearly relieved no one took shots that could cause long-term damage.
Or if I think that Joshua's more experienced or better, I believe I believe boxing's real. If boxing is an actual sport, if it is an actual sweet science, then of course a guy that's done it 11 times cannot compete with the Olympic champion. Of course. This is before you get size in there, before you get professional world titles in there. A guy that's done this 11 times cannot go into the Olympic Games and medal. If boxing, in fact, should be believed. I was with Portnoy. I liked it. I liked how he said that. So, you know, that's how I feel too. Because I'm also cheering for Jake Paul. But I get it. I know we're not going to win tonight. But that's a compliment to boxing. And it is very hard for people to digest that Anthony Joshua can't cut him off. He can't find him. He can't do anything with that reach. He can't go out there and rush him. He can't throw this kid in a corner and beat him up. That is disappointing to me. That is baffling to me. As an MMA guy, I will just share with you, that would not be a problem at all. At all. If a guy's running away from me, it would be absolutely no problem. And you can put the boundaries at the city line. You can put it at the state line. I will track him down. I will put him somewhere and I will beat the dog out of him. So in a ring, I get where that is really disappointing. I get it, but it doesn't change the fact that that's what happened. And then Joshua, by the way, has the right to turn to some other things. Where I'm saying he had to cut him off, grab him, throw him in the corner, go beat him up. Well, I'm saying that Joshua has the right to go, nah, I could feel some stuff. I knew it was going to come my way, right? For Joshua to say, well, I had the experience, and yeah, he was moving, and yeah, I could have cut him off a little different. But I didn't mind the way this was going. I didn't mind that he was running. I knew he would slow down. I knew he would come to me eventually. Like, for that to be Joshua's mindset.
Chael Sonnen also shared his thoughts, and he didn't hold back. He said the situation makes no sense when you really think about it. A fighter with only 11 professional bouts should not be standing in the ring with an Olympic medalist who has trained at the highest level for years. Sonnen stressed that the gap in experience, skill, and ring intelligence is far too big to ignore. He also pointed out that the weight difference makes the matchup even more questionable, because Joshua is naturally bigger and stronger. According to Sonnen, real boxing commissions and trainers would never approve this kind of fight under normal rules. He believes this raises serious questions about authenticity and purpose. When basic boxing logic is ignored, fans have every right to doubt whether the fight is about real competition or just promotion.
When we expect Jake Paul to be fighting like higher level competition, it's not because he has under 10 fights. It's because he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, but that's also why we're talking about him.
And that's exactly true. But I think on both sides of the equation, we've got to like admit that a young fighter under 5 fights isn't fighting great competition. So
True.
if you're calling Jake Paul a legitimate boxer and then you're expecting him to do what legitimate boxers do, I'm not sure he's not doing that, and probably more.
That's what I'm saying about the knockout of Tyron Woodley, because it was just a regular boxer who's just coming up. And
Joe Rogan did acknowledge something important though. He said Jake Paul has always wanted to prove himself as a real fighter. Jake enjoys taking real challenges and showing what he can do in the ring. Rogan explained that Jake performs best when the fight is real and not scripted. But facing Anthony Joshua is completely different from anything Jake has ever experienced. Joshua's size and power are on another level. Rogan said we still don't know how Jake's stamina would hold up in a full, intense fight against a true heavyweight who can hit back just as hard. While Jake has shown skill and speed before, his endurance against elite heavyweights is still a big question mark. That unknown makes this situation very risky.
When you built something outside of boxing and you say, hey, yo, I'm coming over here to the sport now and I'm gonna pick and choose who I fight, y'all come follow me. If they follow him, man, I just understand what it is. I know what I'm looking at. You're not gonna fool me over here. Save that stuff for them other people, because I'm not gonna believe that I'm the face of, no, you're not the face of boxing. I'm not giving you that, because that's for a lifer.
But that's what he believes.
That's cool, I can't knock him for that. People believe a lot of things for a lot of different reasons. I'm just saying, you can do all the rah-rah stuff, that's your business. But I just know what I'm looking at, right? But on the monetary side and it being an event, the truth is that when he does fight, it does bring attention around the sport. People debate, they argue, people want to see the fight. Is it legit? Is it him and Mike Tyson? No, it's
Timothy Bradley was much more direct. He openly called Jake Paul fake and said his fights lack real competition. Bradley believes many of Jake's fights look planned, with opponents following a script instead of fighting naturally. He argued that these staged performances help Jake build a record that doesn't reflect real boxing ability. Bradley warned fans not to confuse entertainment with true skill. While the events bring huge numbers and attention, they don't represent real boxing danger or competition. From Bradley's point of view, this approach hurts boxing's credibility and sends the wrong message to young fighters trying to build real careers.
Guy. Then I found out he made $100 million. I was thinking, well, anybody would fight for $100 million, but bro, he fought. I literally ran into Logan Paul in New York City, and I said to him, it was weird too, because I was going into a studio to interview Kamaru Usman for one of my shows. And Logan Paul was at the coffee shop. He's like, DC. I was like, what's up, Logan? Because he does a tremendous job in WWE. Yeah, Logan Paul does.
I don't watch WWE, but I know that.
Dude, you're huge. He might literally be the best professional wrestler in the world.
Really?
He's such an athlete, bro.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. But I'm just stroking him right now. I swear to God, bro, it's unbelievable how good the kid is.
Okay.
From the moment he started doing it, he was really good.
He can cut a promo, huh?
He got what kids say. Promo. He's got a promo, but he's also good in the ring.
Okay.
He's really athletic. I said to him, I go, what type of safeguards do you have in place to make sure he doesn't get his head knocked off against Anthony Joshua? He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis, who weighed in at 137 2 fights ago. So now you're gonna go fight Anthony Joshua, who weighs all of 250? He said, all right. He said he's gonna just fight him. I go, man, he's very bold. And then what happened was he ran a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everybody goes, even Eddie Hearn goes, he did better than Francis. And I'm like, well, Francis didn't move around much. Francis thought he could actually fight him because of what he did to Tyson Fury, right? Couldn't. Tyson Fury might have overlooked him a little bit. And I think that's what happened. Like, he got caught with the right hand dropped. Anthony Joshua was like, I'm not taking any chances with this guy. So he fought him and he took him serious. But Francis didn't move. Jake did a good job of moving around for a long time. But all that moving costs energy. Right?
I mean, I used to spar with the Robert Guerrero here in Gilwood.
Yep.
And I would go in and spar with him. I'd tell people that I would spar with him for his first 4 rounds. He would do 12 rounds. So
yep.
He would use me as his warm-up rounds.
Yep.
And I was in fight shape.
Yep.
I wouldn't go and spar unless I was ready to fight. Like, I was 2 or 3 weeks out from my...
Yeah.
I was ready to fight. And by the 4th round, I was fucking exhausted. And he would just make me miss. You know, if you miss more, it's the right work. It makes you more tired.
Especially when you're throwing big punches like Jake was throwing.
Yeah.
And then wrestling. He's like shooting double legs and shit. Like, all you look like Dylan Dam. Oh, we're seconds, bro. All that wrestling was crazy, dog. I was like, bro, have you ever in my life seen that much wrestling in a boxing match?
It was Dylan, but it was Logan Paul all over again.
Every time he would fall, you got to get up.
Yeah.
Every time you shoot, you got to get up.
It makes you more tense. It should be more iron off you. It's a worse shot. I mean,